Okay, here we're going to look at the scenario whereby I put a tip out and the odds drop. But rather than either leaving the bet or taking the lower odds, you add an additional line, introduce additional risk just to get back to the original odds. So in this first scenario, we've found a bookie that's offering odds of 2.2 or 6 to 5 on a coin toss, and we're backing heads. So we flip the coin 60 times, and on 30 of those occasions it lands on heads, and we get paid out at odds of 2.2. So I've just run this scenario, and you can see £10 stake, either £22 return if we win and it lands on heads, or if it lands on tails we lose our £10. So if we scroll to the bottom, you can see the cumulative profit curve, and we end up with £60 based on those figures. And that's based on getting the advised odds of 2.2. But say the odds have dropped. So in this scenario, we imagine that the odds have dropped to 1.9. That no longer reflects value. True odds should be evens for a 50% chance. So the odds have dropped to 1.9, but someone thinks they still want to get on this bet, so they're going to introduce a new line. In a footballing sense, that could be backing over half a goal or over 4.5 team corners, something like that. But in this scenario, we're looking at a dice, and the safest line is backing not to be a 6. So if that dice lands on 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, we win, and it has no influence on the outcome at all. If it lands on a 6, we lose our bet. So we've used the exact same data set for the coin toss, but as you can see in column A on the left, every 6th bet we're losing. Oh, sorry, the dice is landing on a 6. The lines highlighted in orange, it has no effect because it was a tail, so the bet lost anyway. But the lines that are highlighted red, the coin landed on a heads, so we would have won the bet. But the additional line that you've introduced, it's landed on a 6. So I've won my bet, but you've lost your bet because you've introduced a new line. And if we scroll to the bottom, you can see the effect of that extra line that you've added. So rather than £60 profit as we had in the original example, you're now £18 down and showing a loss. So every bet that I place will have odds that you can achieve at the time and minimum odds. Anything below that, don't take because the value's gone. And don't start adding additional lines because you're introducing additional risk and you don't know whether that line has value. If you're taking the original bet and negative value, you could be introducing even more negative value through your extra line. So in this scenario, it's best just to ignore the bet and wait for the next one.